So everyone is installing OpenClaw right now, and after using it for few days, I realize I can build something similar to that for my system. Because at the end, it is an agent running on your system and doing stuff for you. The one major concern people has is for privacy. So what if I create an agent just for myself so that it can do almost everything what OpenClaw is doing? Welcome to another video, and in today's video I'll show you how I reverse engineered OpenClaw and created a similar system which is running in my system and can do stuff which OpenClaw is doing. So without wasting any further time, let's head over to the system and see how it is working. Okay, so before showing you how I created it, let me show you how our agent is working. So if you have noticed that in OpenClaw we have two ways we can communicate with the agent. Either you communicate via TUI, that is your terminal, and you can communicate via chatbot or maybe a telegram or something. So similar to that, here we have a CLI version. Here you can type something and you can start conversation with the AI, and you can also do the same thing from the UI side. So this is the UI version where you can provide your input and AI agent will do the work for you. And on the left panel you will see some of the settings which I try to add, which is like what kind of memory you want to save, the configuration of your LLM model. So I am currently using OpenAI GPT-4o, and then some of the cron jobs which is running on the system, right? So this is how your agent will work from both ways. And similar to OpenClaw, now this whatever response we are getting in the CLI, it is going to replicate over here also. So it is like it is bi-directional communication. So whatever you are communicating in the TUI, it is going to reflect over here. So let's start with, let me show you what this agent can do. For now, let's say I want to create something, right? So this is an agent which is running in my system. So let's say if it can check whether my system, well, what is the current status of my system. So I can ask what is the current CPU uses of my system. So I can ask something like this, and it is going to tell me the current system uses. So it is going to utilize the tools which I have added, and it is going to give the answer. So currently my system is at 94%. And the same thing you are going to see it over here. So you can see the uses of the system over here. Now let's try something else. Now let's say if I want to create a file in my system and I want to check what is the current weather in Delhi, and I want to store it in some file. So suppose this is supposed to, like, AI agent is supposed to do, right? So I can ask what is the current weather in Delhi and save it in a file, right? So now what this agent is going to do, it is going to utilize the tools. So I have given the permission to the agent to search the internet, create a file and save it in the system. And similar to OpenClaw, I am using a sandbox environment. So whatever file it is going to create, it is not going to create anywhere in my system. I have provided a dedicated environment, dedicated folder where it is going to save the file. So if you see, now it is calling a tool that is search web. So it is searching the web first, getting the file details or getting the weather details, and then it will call another tool to create a file. And in the left panel you'll see the list of different tools that I am using. So I tried to follow what OpenClaw is doing. So if you check the OpenClaw GitHub repository, you will see something as skills, right? So this is basically how the skills of the agent is defined. So here you will find different skills of the agent, and inside these skills you will see a markdown file. So markdown file basically tells the agent that this is the, this is the skills that you have, this is the instruction that you have to follow, and using these instruction you can perform the operation. So I am trying to follow the same thing, but it is not exactly the same. I am not using the markdown file. Instead I am using the Python files to create the same skills. So for example, let me show you, these are my git skills. So if I want my agent to perform any git operation, I can use this file to perform all the git operation. So one more interesting thing that this agent can do is the code, right? It can write the code for me, and also it can host the code for me, and it can do the git commit, git push. So let me show you. And before that also, let me show you the workspace concept. See, in the OpenClaw we have the workspace concept or the sandbox concept. That means whatever we are building, it should be part of some folder or some workspace. Similarly, what anti-gravity is also doing. So let's say if I ask the agent create a HTML site for a pet shop, right? If I ask something, and host it on local host. Now this, what it will do, it will create an application. It is going to create a HTML application for whatever requirement I have sent, and it is going to store this application in a workspace, right? So now if you see, there is a pet shop created, and inside this pet shop it has already started the application. So let me just show you from the application point of view also. Just a second. So I'll click reveal file explorer, and let's see, I think within seconds it has created. And if you go here and you open this, you will see the pet shop file is, the application is created, although we have simply provided one single line of prompt, and this is how it is created. Now let's say if I want to initialize git into this, so I can write initialize git into this project, right? I can write something like this. So what it is going to do now, it is going to run the git commands, right? So now it is going to call the git init tool, and it is going to initialize the git. So if you want to check, you can directly go to the folder, and the git folder is here. Now let's say I want to add the commit, do git commit. I can write something like this, and now it is going to do the git commit. It is going to add some commit, right? So one file change, 39 insertion. So whatever change it has done, it has created. So right now I do not have the repository. I can simply provide the repository URL. All these things, all the git command this agent can do, and all the things that we are going to do, it is going to be inside the workspace folder. So whatever you are seeing, it is isolated from the main system. And as I mentioned earlier, you can also run the shell commands. For example, if I want to check what is the node version installed in my system, so I can ask what is the node version in my system, right? So what it can do, it can check the node version, and it is going to run the shell commands for it. So now you can see it is running the shell command, and it is going to give me the node version. So it is 22.19, right? So that means the agent can now run the shell commands, it can run the git commands, it can run the basic like system commands, read and write operation. It can do all these kind of operations. Okay, so now let's talk about how this agent has been created and what features this agent has. So this agent has some key features which I get it from OpenClaw after visiting the OpenClaw repository. So after noticing the code, I noticed that first of all, the agent has a persistent memory. That means it remembers whatever you are doing the conversation with the agent, and it can perform the file operation on your system, file operations, like read operations, some command operation, all these kind of operations. So the basic core functionality which I noticed after some time using that, first of all, it can do the web search. The second thing, it can perform the file operation, it can do read write operation in your system. It can also perform command operation, PowerShell operation, so all shell operation it can also perform. So basically I noticed that few of these operations which are mandatory that my agent should also have. So first of all, I added a persistent loop that every time we are doing any conversation with the AI, it is going to save it. So since I am not using any kind of database, so I am storing all this memory in a session logs in a JSON file. So every time this agent is going to run, it is going to check this persistent log. It is going to check whatever is inside the memory, and then based on that, it is going to take the decision. Then after that, I need to have some kind of file skills. I have to have terminal skills. So I used Python for that. So Python have the file skills. So I created a file skill.py file, and this is like, I haven't created, this is vibe coded, but I use Python to perform all the file operation. And then we have the search skill, right? Search and web skills. So for search and web skills, I used Playwright to browse the web, get the details from the web. So Playwright is used for automation, and parallelly I also used some search APIs which can do the searching on behalf of the agent. So these are some basic tools that I used, and again then I used git skills, search skills, all these skills I used, and then included them inside the tool registry. So how this tool registry works? So basically, whenever we are calling an AI, right? So if you notice, this is my tool registry file. So how it is working? It is working similar to what the skills MD file is working in the OpenClaw. So in this file, I am setting everything what the agent can do. So for example, this is my write skill, right? The agent can write file. So now this is the description of the file, that what the agent is supposed to do, what parameter it will take, and the function it is calling. The only thing that is different from the OpenClaw, that OpenClaw has a markdown file where everything they are writing and using agent to build the code or something. But here what I'm doing, I am calling the function. So for example, in this case we have the file skill which will be present in the file skill file, right? So for example, I am doing a write file operation, so you can see the write file function over here and it is going to perform. So every time the agent is called, it is going to check. So now how it is going to check? So whatever tool we are making, we can register the tool over here, right? And the agent, when the agent will run, it is going to call these tools. So for the agent, the AI model that I used, because I vibe coded this, so I thought that it is going to use LangChain. LangChain was my first choice, but the AI chose to use Light LLM, which, to be honest, I didn't knew about it. And it is a similar tool to LangChain, and you can call multiple AI models using this. So currently, I'm using OpenAI, so you can change the model and you can provide the configuration in your config. So how it is working, it is, first of all, it is going to register the tool, right? So this is my system prompt, what the agent is going to do. And here somewhere down here, it is going to call the agent, right? So if you see here, yeah, this one. So this is the place, this is the code block where it is calling the model with the tools. So let's say if I ask something to this agent, it is going to call this model along with the tool. So in this case, we asked for what is the weather and save it in the file. So two tools are called. So it is going to register these two tools. It is going to check, okay, I need to check for weather, and then I need to create a file. So it is going to utilize the web skill first, and it is going to register this tool, and then it is going to register the file. It is going to save it. So whatever information is going to get, so if you see the content that we got from the response, it is going to save it. So this is how this code block is working. And then we have the front end, right? So for front end, what I did, I created a simple fast API along with the UI. So whatever this API is getting data from the backend. So backend is our main file, the main.py file. So everything, whatever you are seeing in the UI side, it is getting from these APIs, and these APIs is getting data from this main file. So it is calling this agent from the fast API, and then we are storing this data in a index.html file. Just a simple index.html file. We are showcasing everything there only, right? So this is how it is working, and it is pretty much like, for my use case, I can see that it is pretty much able to do whatever I want to say. So that is how I created this. And if you want to see the full breakdown and the prompt that I use, drop a comment and the like. I can create another video where I will show you how step by step you can create something similar to it. And right now this is a proper clawdbot or OpenClaw agent which is running on my system, and I can simply run it on the Azure environment or any VPS environment, any cloud environment, and I can still access this via Telegram, which I am right now working on. So if you want to see that, consider subscribing and liking this video. And yeah, that's all for today's video. I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.